And now a lot of people did a multimodal for the common mod. Great. So what you need to do is, first of all, you need to get rid of the related text. Hopefully everyone knows that. No related text for your common module essay now. You just used it for that assessment. That means that a lot of you will currently have some kind of draft that also has a second text in it. So you might have the Crucible or 1984, but then you also have some other text that you were asked to talk about in your multimodal. Now you need to get rid of that and you need to make it into a 3-body paragraph essay. So you might need to actually find some more evidence and rethink that structure that you've currently got, because your current structure might only account for one idea from the text, but you actually need 3 ideas to have 3 body paragraphs. So that should be an absolute priority for get that common module up to date. So you now need to make a 3-body paragraph structure, which means you might need to look back at it, get the evidence that you need to have those 3 ideas, and then go from there. Okay, but you're removing the related text, finding a draft essay question, and then building the 3-body paragraph structure. Apply the feedback first. If it was like a disaster and they said, if they said, you should completely rewrite this, then obviously do that, but they often won't say it in those terms. If there's just a lot wrong with it, you definitely do want to revisit the general structure. But how I would start is I would be looking at your topic sentences first of all and think, okay, what kind of feedback did they give me about my ideas? Because you might need to tweak those. And if you need to tweak your ideas and the focus of each of your body paragraphs, then you might need to go and get different pieces of evidence. But I would say even if you got like a 10 to 13 or 14 out of 20, let's say you got 10 out of 20, it doesn't mean that you need to change everything around. Again, the first thing I would be looking at is, do my topic sentences have ideas that kind of go forward? Do I have a progression in my essay, right? So am I starting, for instance, talking about a problem and then I'm talking about a possible resolution or something like that? Or I'm talking about a problem that both texts explore and then I'm talking about a consequence or something like that. So first of all, figure out whether your argument's going forward, because you may need to change your topic sentences and the focus of your essay in that respect. And then I would be re-looking at your evidence and making sure that you have good analysis for each of those. And that's where you can take into account the feedback. So it's going to depend what the feedback's about. If it's about the actual ideas of your response, then yes, you do want to rethink the actual argument you're making as a whole. Otherwise, I would just be looking at the individual sentences, starting with topic sentences, and then your analysis and figuring out how you can improve those based on the feedback. Okay, so that's the general approach. In the next couple of weeks, again, if I was you, this is for everyone, I would be updating the common mod essay. Remove the related, make sure you've got at least a 3-body paragraph essay there. Again, we're aiming for 32 minutes in the draft. So once you think you've finished perfecting that essay, time it straight away. Don't start learning it. Only start learning it after you've timed it. The best students in the state all time their essays and they all have time to spare, because you need that 8-minute buffer to be relaxed on the day so you don't feel compelled to just regurgitate the essay first of all. And then you know that you have time to think about the question and adapt your sentences throughout, okay? The better you learn your essays, the faster you'll be at adapting it, because you'll know the exact spots to adapt. Okay, that's because you'll feel more confident with those sentences, and all your mental focus, all of your attention on the day is going to be on answering that question and tweaking those sentences. Okay, so next couple of weeks, common mod essay and any of the other essays where, unless you got full marks and you're really happy with them, I would be looking back at them and applying any feedback you got from your assessments, improving them, get teacher feedback, get peer feedback. So if you can kind of partner up with someone else from your class, or especially if you can get someone who is right at the top of your year, if you can ask them for some advice or feedback on like a paragraph or your essay, and then you can, you have to reciprocate the favor, of course, and you can say, I'm happy to look at anything that you have. If you can get into those kind of like little partnerships or groups, study groups, where you're exchanging essays, then you'll probably go a lot better as well, because other people are going to be able to identify potential flaws in your essay. And of course, your teachers should be able to give you some good feedback as well. So that's all you need to be doing the next couple of weeks. Drafting, polishing, make sure you're happy with those drafts. And then it's all about time it out, cut down the essay if it's too long. If it's beyond the 32 minutes or 34 minutes, you need to then just be relentless with how much you cut out from those drafts. Sometimes you'll have evidence that you really want to keep that you just can't afford to because it's too long. So you need to cut those out. Make sure your conclusions aren't too long. When you're cutting down your essays, don't cut out heaps from your body paragraphs and then leave a massive conclusion. Your conclusion can be 1 to 2 sentences theoretically, and you could still get full marks. The most important things in the essay, as I said, are the introductions, the topic sentences, and then you want to have really sophisticated analysis, okay, that actually supports those points. The conclusion needs to be there, but it's not the most important part. It's the least important paragraph. Therefore, even if you only have 2 sentences for your draft conclusions, that's fine. And if you're running short on the day, even if you just can get a 1-sentence conclusion out, you could still theoretically get full marks with that. But I would aim for 2 as a base. But that's where you can probably cut down words already.